Kind regards with everyone. Today I'm going to explain about three statements of how languages are learned. So let's start. The first one. The best way to learn new vocabulary is through reading. Okay. um, I have this quotation from Johnson O'Connor that says, reading is the best way to acquire new vocabulary because reading increases knowledge in other areas of learning, such as spelling, writing, or even grammar. So, and because of the fact that a word is acquired in context in ways that a teacher cannot directly instruct. So that means that the students can acquire new vocabulary by themselves because they can read, if they find a new word, they can read the context of the sentence and they can assimilate the meaning of this new word. So as an example, could be maybe if a teacher is giving a reading activity, students can find maybe some sentences. A sentence could be the boy found a stick with words scraped on it and he started to sing those words like a song. In this case, the new word is scraped, and students can easily understand its meaning because of the context of the sentence and because they use their logic to understand the meaning of this word. Let's pass to the next one. Students can learn both language and academic content simultaneously in ESL context classes. Okay, so I completely agree with this statement because um, that is the methodology that is used in bilingual institutions, and they have, in terms of language performance level, they have a good outcome. So, also, I think that this statement is related with some famous approaches such as CLIL and CBI. And a good example for this statement could be related with the bilingual classes in which students can learn different subjects such as maths, history, or even philosophy while they are mastering the target language. In this case, that is English. Now I'm going to talk about the last one that says classrooms are good places to learn about language, but not for learning how to use the language. So I personally agree, completely agree with this statement. Uh, but in here I have another quotation from Mir Seat. So she says that not actually interacting with native speakers of the language you're learning is the best way to practice the spoken of foreign language. But however, if you're more interested about the grammatical and technical aspects of the language, sure, the classroom is your best choice since there will be teaching, books, and an expert that in this case is the teacher is some other material. So as it's common knowledge, we all have learned in classroom with different contexts, which I think that is a good way to learn the language, but not the total language because we can just learn some parts, some vocabulary, some grammar structures, and so on. But it's not enough because if we really want to learn the whole language and how to use the language, we need to keep on practicing. Uh, Nowadays, we can find different tools and strategies and platforms free on the internet. Maybe we can download some apps to get to know some people, some foreigners, but in teaching or learning purposes. And a good example of this part could be that. Comparing maybe an EFL student with an ESL student, of course, the learning outcomes will have a considerable difference because it's not the same to learn English in a native environment rather than learning in a foreign environment where almost all of the people will make use of their mother tongue, that in this case is Spanish, and that could be an important factor to be considered in learning a language because, as we all know, the more exposure to the real language that is meant to be learned, the best outcomes learners will get. So, thank you.